Hi, welcome to Quality of Life Ministries. Jesus never said to his disciples, "Follow my teachings," did he? In fact, he said, "Follow me." And we're going to talk about that today on Quality of Life Ministries. See, the problem is with the disciples, if they would have followed the teachings of Jesus, remember what he taught? He said this, and remember who he was speaking to in context. Jesus' first ministry was speaking to the religious leaders of the day. That's why Nicodemus came to him in John 3 at night and wanted to know how to get saved. And so remember that we are saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ alone. And so the new covenant is about the followers of Christ and God the Father. And that's what we're going to talk about. And so as disciples of Jesus Christ ourselves, we are to follow the person of Jesus Christ and be taught by him and to live from his life. Remember, if the truth sets us free, it's error that's going to keep us in bondage. So if you've been taught that you need, as a Christian, to observe all the teachings of Jesus, I would run away from that teaching. Because remember, he said things like this. He said, if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. It's better for you to pluck out your eye and go to heaven than it is to keep both eyes with the one eye sinning and go to hell. Remember, he also said this too. He says, if your right arm causes you to sin, then just cut it off. It's better for you to go to heaven with one arm than it is to go to hell with both if the one's causing you to sin. What is he saying? You see, he doesn't want us to pluck our eyes out, and he doesn't want the Pharisees to cut their arms off. And by the way, he is speaking to the Pharisees in context when he said that. He's not speaking to the disciples. In fact, when he was sitting at the table with the disciples were curious, and they said, Jesus, we want to do the works of God too. What shall we do? You know, the disciples had, they'd been walking with Jesus and following him up to this point, and that's the questions they asked him. And Jesus turned to them and said, this is the works that I have for you. The works for you are to believe in the one that God sent. And so remember, if we're going to follow the person of Jesus Christ, remember, we're always in class. Whatever you're going through today, he's right there with you in it. And so instead of saying, why, Jesus, is this going on? Let's ask Jesus another question, especially the body of Christ. Let's ask him this question. Jesus, you're in this class with me. What am I supposed to learn in this? And by the way, Jesus, thank you for taking me through this class and teaching me as we go through it. Remember this. If it's error that keeps us in bondage, it's truth that will set us free. There is much error in the air today in the Christian world. And so just remember that. And so, yes, the disciples, they were never told to follow the teachings of Jesus. Jesus said to the disciples, follow me, and I will be your teacher. Remember that same Jesus that was walking with the disciples is now living in the body of Christ. He's alive today. Christ lives, and he's ready for us to live from his life, and that's what it means to live from the grace of God. Be encouraged. This is Quality of Life Ministries, and we just wanted to wish you all a happy Easter celebration. Thank you, and God bless.